To start off, I want to tell the YouTube moderator or whatever, this is semi-auto by definition, by ATF law. This is not full auto. It is a 3-position safety, but it is one trigger pull per firing of the rifle. It is not full auto. I just want to state that. Don't take my video down. Thank you, YouTube moderator or AI moderator, whatever you are. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I got a good one for you today. Today we're going to be going over the AS Designs FRT and the new Fireteam 556 from Exigent Defense. Both of these are super hot in the market. I'm sure you guys have seen a ton of videos on it. Today I'm going to show you my opinions on it. Will they differ from the rest? Maybe. I've definitely got my own opinions on these. And yeah, let's just get into it real quick. It's going to be somewhat of a quick video, hopefully. One thing before we jump into it. This content costs a ton of money to make. The ammo, the rifle, the FRT, the can, everything cost me a ton of money. You guys know this. If you are into this industry, you know how much it costs. Guys, if you can help me out in any way, like and subscribe, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and hey, reach out. I've got some cool hats I'm designing. My brother's decided he's going to make some hats. By all means, help me out. Buy a hat, buy a shirt. I got some cool designs. Let me know if there's any interest, if you have anything. I'm not pressuring you to buy anything, but if you want to see more content like this, help me out. I don't feel like doing a Patreon. I don't want people to just give me money. Like, at least give me your money for something that I can give you. I would love to see people with cool shirts, people with cool hats that are mine. I think that's the coolest thing ever. And even if I sell 5 hats a month, I mean, that's going to help me out tremendously. Trust me, guys, it really will. So thank you for watching. Do me a favor, let me know if there's any interest in that. I will hopefully have a website out soon, and the hats they're made. So if you want one, hit me up. We'll do something sketchy without a website. Have a good one. Thanks for watching the video. I want to start off by saying everything in this video is purchased by me. 100%, no discounts, no anything. Everything was reluctantly spent by me. I bought it all. So, with that being said, my opinion is not skewed in any way. This is simply my opinion. It could totally be against everything you believe in, whatever. Drop a comment if you don't like it. That's fine with me. First, we'll get into this can. This is the Fireteam 556 from Exigent Defense. This can is super hot in the market. It released at SHOT Show. It's kind of like it's like the Street Goblin, only it's a BNT collab suppressor, and it is a really nice suppressor. It is printed Inconel, and then, yeah, it's around 16 ounces. Let me weigh it real quick. Okay, so it's right at 18 ounces, 18.18 ounces, or 1 pound, 2.18 ounces. This is with the hub adapter. This is a PWS hub adapter. I normally run Reardons or a Q. I've had a couple Qs, but basically this is the only thing stock at the gun shop, and so I purchased this. So far it's worked great. I'm running a Plan B muzzle device, and yeah, basically this is the host rifle for the FRT and for this can. It is kind of a goofy build. It's a Geisley rail, fax and barrel. I believe a Geisley gas block, Pew Stop from True North Concepts, Silencer Co. Ambi lower and an upper. They're not matched. I just bought them separately, but they look pretty good together. Radian charging handle, Vortex 1-8, Burris QD mount, 100 Concepts scope cover, Die-Free Co. of course, AS Designs FRT. We will get into later, and then yeah. A couple forward controls design, their dust cover, their castle nut, mil-spec end plate. Yeah. Oh, one cool thing. A5 buffer system with an H2 buffer and a Geisley 42 rifle length spring. So that thing slows this thing down quite a bit. It still needs to be slowed down a little bit, which I'll get into later, but I think I'm going to switch to an H3, and hopefully that'll be perfect little sweet spot for this rifle because it is not an adjustable gas block. And then to finish it off, B5 stock. Basically, yeah, built this all on my own. Decided it was going to be the dedicated FRT gun just to kind of burn some rounds through. And boy, have I. Hopefully the intro came in all right. I don't know. You know, shooting at a public range, trying to film an intro is like, I don't know, banging your head against the wall. I mean, it's just not going to happen. This can, so far, from what I've seen and what I've shot, my buddy included, when we are shooting at the range, it is incredibly quiet for a 5.56 can. I have a Turbo K, I have a Sight TI, I have a Silencer Co. 46. I've shot a bunch of cans on this. This thing is by far the quietest. It is really good on gas. It is a flow-through can. As you can see, I'm not even going to take it off. You guys have seen it. There's little squares on the end cap, and basically it allows gas to flow through there and it be a flow-through by definition can. However, it sounds amazing. And that's not me glazing this can. That's not me getting paid by Exigent anything. That's just a really good sounding can, and that's why I bought it. I've seen a couple reviews of people saying like, look, this thing is incredibly quiet. We're not getting paid to say that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it out for myself, and I'll be damned. It's an incredibly quiet can. Next can I'm thinking about getting is a Ridgeback Defense. I know those guys are friends, so hopefully I can get a Ridgeback here soon, and maybe we'll do a review on that. Moving on to the next part of this rifle build is what I'm here to talk about, the AS Designs Arc Fire. So this is an Arc Fire from AS Designs. It is an FRT, basically. And so there's a couple different parts. I don't need to go super in depth. There's tons of FRT videos for you guys and how they function. The AS Designs is super cool, and it works with a Geisley trigger. So I have a Geisley Super 3 gun, the S3G trigger, and it is cut by myself. And you bring out the drill, we'll do a little gunsmithing if you want to call it that. But did some gunsmithing, and I don't even want to call it that. I did some modifications, basically. YouTube, once again, it's all legal, I promise. I did a little bit of trimming on the trigger shoe, and basically that allowed me to not run the mil-spec trigger shoe that they give you, and I can run it with my existing Geisley, and so I can have the complete Geisley trigger in it, and basically have my entire function of the single stage trigger, It's kind of like a single stage, but I can have it in full semi-auto form, so that way if I want to run this thing without the FRT and not in very semi-auto, I can do that. So it's super cool in that design. This is a true traditional 3-position safety, as you can see there. It is 3 positions, semi, it's 1 trigger pull, and then FRT, or super safe, whatever you want to call it. You can see every time that I release that charging handle, the trigger is resetting on itself, because there is a little trigger lever in there from the AS Designs and their safety and their lever blocker, which you have to have with the Geisley trigger, basically is allowing this thing to shoot in a very fast semi-auto, if you will. Basically, this thing is super cool. It is a pain in the ass to get to run correctly. Sorry guys, my no cuss word record is no longer in effect. It was 2 videos. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys can suffer through it with me. But basically, they are a pain. They're a super pain to get to be tuned right. Juicy Media had to help me out a little bit. He had to help me with the cutting of the trigger shoe, and he had to help me out with a couple of things. Watching his videos, it really helped me running the buffer, running the Volator, the A5 system. He's got really good videos, and he shows you how to gas these properly, which I'm not super big into, but I think I know. I kind of got this thing running somewhat okay. But basically, it is a great product, and I am happy with my purchase. However, there are a couple things that I can see that are pending issues. And like I said, it's just a pain in the ass to run. Basically, these things are super hard to tune. They're finicky, they're new. This stuff was not meant to be run full auto. All these parts, everything in here is not meant to shoot 300 rounds full auto. Stuff is going to wear down, and I know that, but that's why I'm testing this stuff. And so that's why this is a test rifle. And I mean, it's just super cool. All you guys will see in the video that I'll show, or that I popped up, everyone went silent at the range. Granted, maybe I'm the asshole that's shooting an FRT at the range, but it was super cool. I love that thing. I got a couple compliments on it, a couple questions, so I don't know. These things are sweet. One of the biggest issues I am having with this is the amount of light strikes I am getting. If this bolt or any of this system is running not in the 100% condition like it needs to be, basically it will light strike. It is a pretty common thing. I haven't narrowed down whether it's an ammunition issue or it's a rifle issue. I have a feeling it is a rifle issue. I have not cleaned this bolt extensively. I probably need to clean it out every couple hundred rounds, honestly. I've shot maybe 200 rounds through testing this, and it is starting to malfunction. I did take the bolt like completely out of this and just ran some of that Lucas Oil gun oil, and I like sprayed it all over. I mean, there's a lot. It's coming out of every crevice in this thing. I mean, there's Lucas Oil gun oil everywhere. But that's what has to be done with these. I mean, they're super finicky, like I said, and they're just a pain to get to run, but they're super cool. So, I mean, it's justified, right? That's the one big issue I see, is that it's just going to light strike a couple of times. So you just got to send that round off into oblivion, and then you should be able to keep going, unless it's doing like constantly, which it was every once in a while for me. And then I pulled it out, lubed it up, and then I went through 2 more mags, no problem. So I need to pull this bolt out and clean it, but overall, running okay. Another issue which this FRT is helping me out with is I'm getting some magazine issues. Yeah, I don't know whether it's a magazine thing. I know the P mags run flawlessly. The Duramags, or for whatever reason, I'll pop up a picture, are leaving 1 round in, or 1 round left in the magazine, but I'm getting lock back, so I have no idea what that is. And then another one is the Lancer mags I have. They are just not seating properly in this at all. I tried it with a couple different guns. I tried an open bolt, closed bolt, and for whatever reason, it just did not like the Lancer mags, and it was like half stripping around into it and then getting caught in the star chamber and creating an instant malfunction, like just riding the bolt forward. So for whatever reason, I don't know if the tension is too high on the spring in the Lancer. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, they're super easy to load mags versus the other mags, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get some more Lancer mags just to see, but right now, Lancer mags and an FRT are a no-go for me. That's not saying it's not just a one-off, but for me, so far, it is. So try and stick to P mags, Duramags. You're going to have 1 round left in. I don't know. I'll show you guys the picture. I have no idea why that is, but yeah. So far, that's one of the other issues. Some issues I'm running into with this specific FRT is the tiny little Allen screw that holds the safety in. So, like if I pull up, like this safety is it's a 50Q from Forward Controls Design, and like down here is like a radian. So these like slip onto your like into your safety, into the bar, and they slide on, and then they're held on by that. There's a retention in there, and they don't just slip right off. This safety is held in by 2 little, and I'll show a picture, I'll pull it up, 2 little Allen screws that are held in there, and they're holding together the safety. I don't know the science behind that design. That is not me saying AS Designs made a horrible product, but basically it's just so small. Like that small of an Allen key is just it's gonna strip. Like there's no ways around it, sadly enough. And so I'm constantly having to tighten these down. Every time I go FRT, every time I do that for 30 rounds, basically I have to retighten it or it'll start coming out. Another issue I'm getting is a trigger pin keeps walking out on me. I don't know whether that's like a Geisley thing or I've got my trigger pin in there backwards. I don't think I do. I should be in the correct direction. I don't think that matters all that much. But yeah, basically I just have a trigger pin that keeps walking out. And I don't have that with any other thing, but also, like I said, this thing really is not, these parts are not meant to go FRT mode. They're meant to shoot one round in slower succession than what I am shooting in. And basically I'm just having parts walk out on me. It's a non-issue for me. I'm always looking. I know that they're looking for it. But if you wanted to use this in a use case like end of the world, whatever scenario what you want to play in your head, that would be an issue I could see, in which this would be just a problem. But if you know that's an issue and you get like the anti-walk pins or something, or you get the little holder that holds the trigger pins in, then it would be a non-issue. The only thing I could see going wrong is this safety, and you'd have to have a ton of gun oil in whatever situation you've drawn up in your head. But yeah, I think that's one of the really cool things with these 3-position safeties. I think it's just the coolest thing ever because it's basically, I don't know how to word this without YouTube cracking down on me, but it's basically like a fighting rifle that you would see most militaries having. It is super similar, and especially in all functions. And if you have some sort of training within that function of that 3rd position, then yeah, I mean this is identical to it, and I think this is super cool. It's just awesome that we can have that in today's day and age, and I think the future is bright with these products. Another issue is everything gets incredibly hot when shooting that. And that's given, guys. I knew that. I need to find a suppressor cover for that just because I had to wait to leave the range today for 30 minutes because I'm waiting for the can to cool down so I can put it back in the case. And yeah, I don't know. Things just get hot. I didn't see any gas problems up here. Gas tube, gas block, nothing. My hand was not getting hot. I shot probably 90 rounds in a row and had no problems. My buddy's Daniel Defense, after 2 full mags at semi-auto, he can't hardly hold the rail anymore. So I don't know what that is. This is a super slim rail from Geisley too, so I'm pretty happy about that. Overall, this is a pretty fun video to make. I'm super happy with this, and I will be continuing to make content on this. I do know AS Designs has a new trigger, the 2.0, the Arc Fire 2.0. AS Designs Arc Fire, FRT, I believe it's called that. Yeah, I think there's a 2.0 coming out. So hopefully they have some revisions for that. Hopefully it's not this tiny little Allen screw holding together the safety. That would be my one improvement I am hoping for. Overall, fun video. Hope you guys had fun watching. Let me know in the comments if you got any questions. If you got anything you want me to try, I am open to all ideas. I am running out of money though, and it's not coming back in fast enough. So do me a favor and like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And if you guys want to buy a hat or something, my brother's making hats. Hey, help me out. Have a good one, YouTube.